You have to coach first. Once you start saying, I can't do this without this particular player, yeah, that means your idea of the way you want to play is probably wrong. Yeah. And you might be waiting forever for that player because they probably don't exist or you probably can't get them. Do you get what I'm saying to you? That's the issue with Eric. We saw that problem with Ten Hag. You can see it with Amorim, but you're problem solving for the manager again. Instead of recognizing what it is. You know that midfield is exposed. You know tactically, deep down, he can't solve the problem. So your solution is get him the right players. We've been here before, Marcel.
We do that for every single manager in Manchester United Football Club's history. And
we didn't do it for Oli.
Yes, we did. Of course we did. We looked at Ali's counter-attacking football and looked at Mickfred and said we could do the exact same thing but upgrade.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
No, people were telling Oli that he needed to change the football, bro. And Oli came out. Oli came out saying he knew that he couldn't keep playing counter-attacking and he was trying to change.
We knew Fred weren't a 6 and we knew McTominay weren't a 6. And this is where I'm glad you brought up Oli. Oli had two box-to-box midfielders working like 6s defensively.
Yeah.
And we said you need proper footballers. So that's not what we said, Marcel. We said he needs proper footballers. We didn't say he needs new defensive midfielders who are 6s. We said footballers. So we said
midfielders.
Yeah,
I disagree with you. I disagree with you. I think we said we needed new midfielders. I think we said we needed a new striker. I think we said we needed a new winger. Specifically to
but let's stick to the midfield.
At that point on
time.
time.
We didn't want to replace like for like and give him more workhorses. Saeed was Oli out. I was Oli in. We agreed on we need footballers, proper central midfielders that can play make there, not workhorses. So no, Marcel, we weren't.
He wanted Declan. He wanted Jude. He wanted Declan workhorse.
He wanted Madison
Jude workhorse.
He wanted
Declan and Jude. To be fair, they're not the ball players that we needed.
Jack Grealish behind him.
Madison would have been great.
Now you pivoted to what Oli wanted versus what you originally said was we were saying Oli should have this. You pivoted. Let's stick to the point. We were not saying that. And the same things you're saying for Amorim, you were saying for Eric Ten Hag. And it's based off the same principle of you not recognizing when a manager wants to do something, right, that's not going to work unless he gets everything. And once you go down that road, Marcel, you've seen that film already. And you know how it ends.
I disagree with you again because with Ten Hag, we changed the formation. He changed the formation. With this manager, he's sticking with the formation and he's coaching it to the best of his degree. Obviously, right now it's not being as successful.
Is that not scary? This is the best of his degree. Is this not scary? We're 16th.
Not with these type of players for this system. No, it's not scary at all. In fact, it's exposing them, and it's very good news.
I think he's exposing himself, bro. I think it's the opposite.
Yeah.
I think it's the opposite because if you're a good coach, your system is only reliant on the players up to a certain point. Up to a certain point, the fundamentals of the system should still work. You should still be fundamentally sound. If Man United were playing a cohesive brand of football and it was only down to quality why we weren't winning games, I could excuse it, bro. We're playing a 5 at the back and we're conceding 4 without reply 2 games in a row, bro. Man can't tell me that's down to the players. It's because the structural integrity of the system is flawed, bro. It's built on shaky foundations, bro. It's not the players. It's not the players, bro.
So
you know what I would say? I think obviously there is a player quality gap there that I agree with Marcel. But like I said, I mean, we're dealing with back-to-back games here. We can't even win. I mean, I'm not looking at no mad rebuild to go and get back-to-back games. You know what I'm saying? And
what player quality gap, by the way? What's he trying to do in midfield that these guys can't do?
Midfield?
Run around more.
It's concerning though that he hasn't got the best out of Ugarte. That's one thing. That's his guy.
I mean, thank you.
That's his
Marcel
guy.
said run around more. The guy that runs around more.
That's concerning for me. I mean,
thank you.
But also I do look at the guys up front, man. Garnacho and Højlund. Can they be saved? It's
not about them. And it's not about them. And I tell you why. Like, you see, when it just comes to playing football, building out from the back, trying to control games, certain principles you can implement. And when you play a 5, what he's doing is really what you have at the base of your team. It was the same for Eric Ten Hag, albeit 3-1-6. What you have at the base, we can see if that is sound, independent of Garnacho and Højlund. And at the base of the team, you can see it's not sound. And so I'll be real with you. You know another red flag that nobody wants to talk about it, right, is Kobe Mainoo. If you don't know what to do with Kobe Mainoo and you can't get performances out of a Kobe Mainoo, I'm looking at you funny as a manager. I really, really am. I have to. I looked at Ten Hag the same way. I said, before even Kobe came back, I said, nah, Kobe's not for Ten Hag. I know Ten Hag's tactic.
Out of everyone, he looks like he's struggling the most, and this shouldn't be the case.
The most talented midfielder is the one struggling the most.
I just want to give some context. I just want to give some context to the goal regarding the Kobe. We've seen this before, so it's not like we've not seen this. Young players come out, play to death, have an exceptional, emotionally high season. You know, playing for England in the Euro final. You know, playing for Manchester United, coming in, you know, being the player that he was, where he was a saviour.
Match winner in the cup final.
And then in the FA Cup final. All of that takes a lot. To come down from that takes. Listen, I go out raving. You know how it takes me 2 days to come down. Forget about scoring in the fucking cup final. Like the level of emotional highness where people get so high and the age that he is. So I don't like the way he talks about Kobe. So that's the red flag for me. The way he talks about him, it sounds like
he don't rate him.
It sounds like, Rance, that he's questioning him, right?
Yep.
But I'm like, young players have exceptional seasons, then dip the next season. We've seen that before. We have seen that before. Specifically, at a football club, that don't develop jack. That doesn't improve.
Wait, Nuruddin, what did he say? What did he say?
I apologize to interrupt structure. You know, the red flag is when he started with a negative. So your assessment started with the fact that, oh, he's not, you know, the best defensively. This manager's very negative and pragmatic. I don't know what Marcel's about attacking, but carry on structure, because I heard those comments and I was like, you started with that instead of starting with he's good with the
He's good on the ball. He's good on the ball.
Exactly.
But there's a video on my channel, and I talked about this. I swear to God, go and look it up. Amorim vacates the midfield like Ten Hag does. I did the video. I spent 7 hours on YouTube, just YouTube alone, watching Sporting Lisbon highlights of their games, and I saw the vacation. What I see was that the 210s drop in a bit more, get on the ball. The wing-backs then are already high. By that time, they connect. Then the striker does the mad running that Gorkes guy does. That's what I saw. So I saw helter-skelter kind of football. I didn't see control. Let me just finish. I didn't see very much control playing through midfield football. I saw centre halves bypassing like Ten Hag.
They go straight into your careers a lot of the time.
Yeah, they go straight and centre halves that actually ball carriers, wing backs that ball carriers. That's what I saw. I didn't see nothing from the two sitting midfielders to let me know that to connect. I knew that what we saw with a third centre half going into that space, we see that with Sporting. So for me,
and Ten Hag
I genuinely do think. I just want to make this. I genuinely want to think. Right, I think both arguments have their valid. He's inept. He doesn't know what he's doing. He needs to go. And the people who are also saying, actually, the data is not in yet. We've not seen him. And because, for me, I'm never going to blame a guy I never wanted. Erik Ten Hag, I did. Erik Ten Hag, I wanted him. I was on these streets talking about Erik Ten Hag because I saw that Champions League football. That Champions League good football I saw. I'm not prepared to watch Eredivisie every game. I saw Champions League and I saw Ajax with the triangles bopping people around the football pitch. And I was like,
it's irrelevant that you wanted him or not. It's irrelevant.
No, what I'm trying to make to you is this. I don't blame him. I blame the people who bought him here. And some of you, those of you who are Amorim out, you always kind of almost try to let them off the hook yet again.
No.
Let me finish. No. Let me finish. You
yeah. I agree with that.
Let me finish. Right?
No.
People who sacked Erik Ten Hag. No, people who sacked Erik Ten Hag. Listen, people who sacked Erik Ten Hag late, then cost the club money, then got this guy out of a contract, then bought him in. When everybody knows that type of football that he wanted to play, he actually helped to build that squad at Sporting Lisbon. He's part of it. He helped to build that. He helped to profile the personnel with a sporting director who's going to be the City sporting director, in 3 months' time. They profiled these guys together and they worked together to build the team that they had. So for me, I'm not here blaming Ruben Amorim because I already made videos and said, red flags, people, red flags. When everybody was getting gassed, I was like, yo, I don't know about this guy because this guy needs specific type of players to play these specific type of football.
Two different things,
no,
bro.
let me finish. He's come from another league. He's come from another league. That it's not Premier League, and in the Prem, you get fucking eaten. I said that. I said, and people
you did say that, to
don't
be
have
fair.
the time. People don't have the time to get eaten. Here, you get eaten, mate. You get the press the fuck out of. You don't have the time at Manchester United. You don't have the time to work on whatever you want to work on. You have to come up with a game plan that the squad is comfortable with and try to get results. At the same time, in the background, you'll be working on what your actual plan is and how you want to play. You go through that evolution. But we didn't see that. So for me, I can't come things that I already pointed out, the red flags. I can't come and then be able to. Now, coming out of West Ham on Sunday, I was fucking fuming. Go and check out my match result. I wanted all of them out because what I saw was disturbing. Because I'm not having Harry fucking Potter and 17 fucking in the league, West Ham, bopping my team off the pitch, and we're getting Ole. They did about 15 passes before somebody stuck one on and gave a free kick away. And it's embarrassing to sit there with 75,000 fans and get Ole by West Ham, a relegation for that.